Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market report, and this is for Monday, the 19th of May. I got the days right, 2025 at 5:50 p.m. Everything I've done today to try to write reports and produce my videos is gone wrong. It started yesterday with the wrong dates that I was saying, and it has followed through to just now. This is my second or third try at this. I thought that I had up the gold charts. I had the wrong ones up. When I did the Spider ETF, it was another mistake. You ever have one of those days where everything goes wrong? You can either get real pissed or you do what I do. You laugh it off and you go, I'm going to bed soon. I'll have a great dinner, have a couple of glasses of wine, and everything in the morning will be better. And I really believe that. All right. In terms of news, it's not a big news day tomorrow. You have the Red Book Group retail sales. Boston Fed President Collins, she's going to attend a Fed's listen event. Maybe she'll say something. And I write about 3 Fed members today that had things to say on the current economy. API, they're going to release their weekly member stockpile at 3:30. So as I said, in my newsletter, I'm covering everything in writing as to what's going on. The event, of course, was Friday when we saw that Moody's downgraded by a notch U.S. credit. The traders had carried that today was going to be a Black Monday event by some analyst records. It didn't turn out to be that way, obviously. You were down in stocks. You did get up in the 30-year bond over 5%, but then everything came back the other ways, and the market absorbed this event. Now, this is a long-term event that Moody's has done. It just joined in the other 2 rating agencies that have been there. The problem in the United States is we have, under this administration, no appetite to cut expense. We certainly have appetite to cut taxes. We certainly have the appetite to grow business. We certainly have the appetite under the current administration to go after anyone that stands in the way of that, with the exception of President Putin. The Trump administration, the Trump specifically, supposedly, I wasn't there, had a 2-hour conversation with Putin. And in it, I started laughing as Putin's now going to prepare a memorandum of all his wishes. It's been 3 years. You think he couldn't have just said to them, this is what we want? He knows what it is exactly. And the president, our president, told Zelensky that he has to speak with Putin. And Putin, he was told he's got to speak with Zelensky. That went real well on Friday, didn't it? When everybody met, and the White House put a positive spin. Well, it looks like there's going to be an exchange of prisoners, 1,000 from each side. Okay, that doesn't end the war. It's great for those prisoners, but doesn't end the war. I don't understand why the Trump administration and President Trump specifically take such a light-handed approach to Putin. There's a reason. I'm just not privy to it, because that's not his personality elsewhere. Whatever it is, he knows, and I'll leave it in his hands because that's why he's the chief, all right? So we'll see where we go. In terms of market action, well, tonight you're getting a little correction in the gold, which was up pretty good today, about $50. The dollar was down 65 points. You're up a little in the silver, down in the copper, and just hanging on in platinum. Copper, you're still seeing consumer confidence in China, terrible. They can't get the consumer to buy. We are seeing that factory orders and the like are picking up, and as they should. China's going to make products galore without the U.S. market. And by the way, they're already attacking the U.S. over chips, because one of the things that the Trump administration said was, while we chips, well, they're not going to be welcome. And now they're taking exception. You weren't supposed to say those things, blah, blah. We'll see how fragile and if this goes anywhere. It's a 90-day truce. Let's let it go. And I predict the truce will be extended, but it's going to be a very rocky road. Anything that we say is going to be ripped apart, and we are the ones that did the tariffs. Don't lose sight of that. When we look at the gold market, you can see on a weeklies where we're at. For the week, we are up 1.47%, so that's not bad. When we look at the bar chart of the daily, well, I can make an argument this market is trying to bottom itself out here. It's well off its lows. It's holding. You can't say anything more than that. You can't say, oh, well, Ira, it's making a bold trend. It's got higher lows, higher highs. It could happen. All you need to do is take out 32.50, 580. That's not far away. That's $27 or so. And that would do it. You'd have that part. But that would still give you a problem because you'd be under the 18-day average. So unless this market were to rally $60, $70 and hold it, the most I can see is a short covering rally up to that number. What the market did hold is the lower Bollinger Band. The trend is down. And when you look at momentum, it's oversold. So is it a place that I think the pros are putting out new shorts? I do not. Is there a reason to go long? Not one that I see on the charts. When I look at the ratio of gold-silver, market's not at its low point, but it's still under the 18-day average of closes at 99.38. But silver's losing some ground to the gold market right now. When you look at the silver, the trend is still to the downside. Lower highs, lower lows. I pointed out to you all last week that the market seems to be having resistance on rallies between the 100-day average in green and the 18 and support down to the Bollinger Band. Why should I change that opinion? It's not there. You need to really get this market cranking higher and take out right here, 32.86 and a half, and close on a positive note from there to say, the market is bottomed out. Don't see that yet. In the copper market, again, you're fighting the same battle, that 100-day average up to the 18 and unable recently to make it to the lower Bollinger Band. Momentum is trying to turn up. Momentum often turns before price. If you were to get over 473.70, especially on a close, that would look good on the long side of the market. And in platinum, today is the day that if you were next to me, I'd give you that elbow into your ribs. Why aren't you taking money off the table? You just hit the Bollinger Band. Each time we do that, we seem to back away from it. Not saying it has to do that every time. I am saying it's pretty good reason to be coming out. And in the dollar, you fell back to neutral territory. The 18-day average, that rally that we had from really, when you go here, this April 7th period has run its course. The question is the market going to get bearish again? That's what you can't tell. This up rally, though, is formally over as a chartist. Now the market has to tell us what it's going to rebuild next. You know, one of the things that I'd like you to do each morning is join me in my combo package. I start out at 6 in the morning recording 40 charts on futures, minimum of 40, sometimes it's 50. And we're looking at weekly, daily charts. I start you off with, hey, here's what happened overnight, be it in Europe or the US. Then we get in there. And unlike this video, I tell you what I think you should do with exact numbers, stops, profit objectives. The idea is to give you trading ideas. I don't manage money. It's to give you trading ideas. And then I do the same thing. I start recording at 9 in the spiders. And remember, these two are tied together. DIA, the Dow Jones. IWM, the Russell 2000 futures. QQQ, the NASDAQ futures. I can go on and on. So there's one market, USO, OIH. I can go to so many. You want to tie them together. Go to IraEpstein.com research. Give it a try. All I've got to do is give you a couple of ideas that you think did you well. You'll be hooked. I'm Ira. Take care, and I'll pick up with you all first thing in the morning. And, of course, my other updates.